So yesterday we fixed the stripped out drain plug and replaced that, and then we are putting a new oil pan gasket on this leaking oil pan on this Detroit Diesel Series 60. Okay, we got our new oil pan gasket going on here. Get ready to put the oil pan back up on there. Okay, the new oil pan gasket is up in there. Just hooking up some last minute the drain from the alternator there, and then this is I think that's the gentleman's oiler where it comes in. I got to hook up. But we just added a tiny bit, excuse me, of Permatex where the seals, where the joints are for like the bell housing and the end case over there. But not like gobs and gobs of it like they had on there on the other one. So just a thin little coat there just to seal up that little indentation where the seam is. You do that on just about all the Detroits require that. Most other engines too. So hopefully that'll stop his oil leaks. And he has that new pretty drain valve on the end there. And again, you see it's above everything else down here, so it can't get knocked off. Just run it for 60 seconds and then shut it off, okay?
You probably get a little bit of spin on the transmission because it doesn't have arc right now. You know it's neutral. Like a little bit. Do not touch the brakes either.
Okay, got
Yep.
a little bit of a dilemma here.
Okay.
We're going to drain the air so I can get the door open.
Okay, well that was a really close one. He almost got locked out of his bus. There's an airlock on the door, and apparently it was in the lock position. But he came out of the bus, closed the door. We were working on things. We had the auxiliary air compressor turned off. We went ahead and aired up the bus to tighten up the belt tensioners on the engine so they would be tight when it started. And when we did that, it applied the door lock, and there's nobody in the bus to unlock the door. We bled off all the air, and the door lock stayed locked. Apparently there's a check valve in that system, but the good news is after about 15 minutes, the air bled off of that lock, and it was unlocked, and we could get in the bus. It was kind of a panic mode there, what we were going to do to get him in the bus. He was thinking about what you got to do to get to it. But I'm like, is there a wiring diagram where we can try and hit a switch or something? But man, we got lucky on that one. So be careful with that if you have that type of system, an airlock, and it's in the lock position, and you close the door, and then you add the air without you in the bus. That could be very bad. Check out this night tour lamp from Olight. It can run up to 31 hours on the battery that's inside of it. It recharges flashlights. It's got a magnetic base up here. You can have it scroll through these different LED colors. You can make them brighter or dimmer. You can also have it on like that with the kind of the rainbow light. There's a little switch here on the bottom. If you toggle it again, you just get a regular white light. And again, you can make it go if you want it brighter. Just a really cool lamp from them. Here you can see this night tour also has this little spotlight on it. I forgot to show that, so that's pretty cool. But it's just a nice little lamp to have. The different modes make it kind of cool. It's real neat looking. Olight is having a January flash sale right now. Click on the link in the description, go check it out. smokes it off. Mostly black smoke startup. We are changing all the fluids in this bus, so coolant is one thing we're changing. We're going to get rid of this green stuff. It did have a SCA pre-charge filter on it. We're taking that off. We're going with the fleet charge, the purple stuff, and then with the SCA additive, and he'll be monitoring that. We did test this coolant here, and just he was already replacing it, but I just wanted to see where it was at, and it's off the charts on that too. So he needs to be able to monitor it more closely to keep the chemistry where it needs to be in the coolant. But we'll be starting with a brand new set here. Just got to make sure you don't put a SCA pre-charge filter on there with the coolant that already has the SCA pre-charge in there. That you're double dosing it then, so you got to be careful not to do that. So we're waiting on parts again here. The rotors, pads, we have the pads. The rotors we're waiting on, and the kingpins. They shipped Monday from Nashville, which we're about 40 miles from Nashville, and they're still not here. Today's Thursday. I called today and scheduled them to be delivered tomorrow. It's coming freight. So it took an entire week to ship it 40 miles. I would have went and picked it up. They told us when we ordered it, they'd be here in 2 days. So I wouldn't worry about it.
They told us to set up an appointment or anything.
Yeah, they didn't say I need to schedule an appointment for delivery or anything like that. And then so I have a window of tomorrow between 10 and 4 p.m. that the rotors and kingpins will be here. So we're waiting on that. So that really sucks. And then we also ordered drums and shoes for the rear. Those are supposed to be here Monday, but that was according to Prevost, so there's no way that's actually happening. So tomorrow I will call and see about scheduling delivery from that, but that was coming from Texas, which is a lot farther than the 40 miles from Nashville. So we're waiting on the new drums and shoes here, and then we'll get these hubs back together here. Today we changed the coolant and the engine oil. We still have to do fuel filters on it, and tomorrow we're going to do the transmission fluid. We have Transcend or TES 295 going into the Allison transmission, along with the 2 internal filters that are on that. So it's been waiting on parts is a big thing, and the fact that they said they'd be here in a couple of days, I didn't think was a big deal. So we just got so much apart right now, and just for the most part waiting on parts. We have lots of cool stuff coming up. The 65 Mustang is finally getting brought down here to the shop, so we can start working on that. That'll be a fun project.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. At the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.